What's good, YouTube? Back at it again with another video. And today's video, I will be bringing you guys a story time. But hold on, I'm actually cooking food. Let me go grab my food. I'll be right back. Ooh, let's do it. All right, y'all. Let me show y'all what I got. Ooh, so I kind of got this pre-made meal from Walmart the other day. I got some sweet and sour chicken, and we got the veggies, we got the broccoli. Yeah, I'm about to smash. All right, y'all. So before we get into the video, please make sure you go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for all the love y'all been showing me. I've been going crazy the last few videos. I've been posting videos back to back. But if you haven't already, check out some of my previous videos if you're new here, just so you can kind of get the gist of what I do, what's going on. But today I am bringing you guys a story time. This story time will be the first time I got fired off a ship, right? So this was about like 2017, and I was working on this cruise ship called NCL, Norwegian's Cruise Line, and this was my second boat job. I had previously worked for American Cruise Line on the river, and then I switched over to Norwegian Cruise Line in Hawaii, right? So it was a very good experience for a young kid. I graduated at 17 years old, and it was kind of like one of the first real jobs that I had where I was getting a real paycheck, you know, making decent money. Living in Hawaii, I was, you know, away from family for long periods of time. It was amazing. I could compare it to a college experience because I didn't have a college experience. I didn't never go to college. So when I hear my friends talk about college and stuff and the things that they experience, it's pretty similar. You know, the parties, the bar, going out, drinking. I didn't drink, but it was a lot of drinking going on, you know, this and that. Reading between lines, you know what's going on. So at that age, I was just in a very different headspace than I'm in now. You know, I'm 27 now, and I was 18, 19 then, and I was just living spirited, just living. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing, and that's just how I was living. I worked in the Galley department where all we did every day was wash dishes for thousands and thousands of people, and it was a stressful job. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, it was, sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I would call my mom, I'd be dead ass in tears. Like, that shit was no joke, gang. But I loved it though. Like, I loved the experience. There was a lot of women on there. You know, I'm young. You know, I think I sung a little half decent. You know, and it was amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was very life changing. It got me up out the crib, and like a year or two prior, you know, I had gotten in some trouble. Like, not really, I wouldn't say really in some trouble, but I had really got myself into some stuff like the previous years, like a year or two prior. It was actually my graduating year. I graduated in 2015, where I had gotten like shot at, and I had got like robbed at gunpoint, like within like a 6-month period. So, you know, I had to change the way I was living. I had to change the people I was hanging around. I had to change my environment, and this job helped me do that. You know, I had a ship job before that, but this ship job it really changed the scene for me, because ain't nothing like going to Hawaii, gang. Like, Hawaii is beautiful in itself, like, you know. So anyways, I get there, like I said, I'm washing dishes for all of these people, and you know, everything is smooth, everything is cool. The hours, you're working like 12 hours, 7 days a week, 6-7 months straight at times, you know. And I'm young, so I'm thugging it out. I don't really care. I'm crying, I'm calling my mama, but I'm toughing it out. There was this one particular day where we were short-staffed because nobody wants to wash fucking dishes, gang. Like nobody wants to wash dishes, you know. And there was this one particular day where they had moved me from one location to another. So, like, if you've ever been on a cruise ship, they got thousands, it feels like thousands of restaurants, you know, and there's like little behind the scenes, there's little galleys and all of those little restaurants where people are washing dishes. You got, people that are making food in each one of those little restaurants. And they moved me from one restaurant to another restaurant. And the restaurant or the galley that I was in previously, it was kind of ducked off. It was for the crew, so there wasn't too much like going on in that area. I could have my headphones in, nobody was coming in saying nothing to me, but they moved me from that area and they moved me to an area where the restaurant staff comes in constantly, the doors open constantly, and the passengers are like pretty close in vicinity to where I'm at. I could hear them, I could hear everything that's going on outside. Well, it was like nighttime. I had moved from the day shift to the night shift, and my shift started at like 7 p.m. and I would work to 7 in the morning. I would just wash dishes, wash pots and pans, wherever they need me to go out. That's typically what I did. And this one particular night, the job is already very stressful as it is, and there's not enough of us. We're very short, on a cruise ship with thousands of people. I think the galley department probably had there was probably like 15 or 20 of us. And it sounds like a lot, but when you got 3 people per certain areas, and then you got one person here, one person there, one person here, one person there, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. So this one particular night, I have my headphones and I'm listening to music, I'm spraying the pans, I'm doing what I gotta do. I see not my supervisor, but the head guy of the cruise ship kind of come by, and I had had words with him before, because I don't know what it is with people from other nations, other countries. They feel like they can just kind of talk to you any type of way, and where I come from, people die from disrespect. People value respect and hold it at such a high regard, because I've known people to lose their life because they decided today I want to be disrespectful. I had always told myself I was gonna just be respectful to people, no matter what. Even if I got a problem with you, I'm gonna be very respectful about it. I'm gonna come to you, hey man, so and so and so, so I'm not gonna call you out your name, I'm not gonna look at you funny, I don't really speak in a high tone of voice, none of that. My mama don't even yell at me, so I just kind of expect that in return from others. But people from different countries and stuff, the way they're brought up is a little different. And I was having this, I was having a bad day already, but music puts you in a better headspace. So like I said, I'm spraying my dishes, I'm doing what I gotta do, and I see him walk by, but he won't say nothing to me. And then he told me, he stopped by the second time, he told me, I know we short, and I know you ain't supposed to have them headphones in, but since you're doing your job, I'm gonna let you keep them in. I'm gonna let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? I understand what's going on. We gonna bend the rules for you today, but you're not supposed to have them headphones in. I appreciated it. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. My then at the time head of my department comes up. I guess he got wind that the top dog was up here talking to me and I'm breaking the rules. And he comes up here, putting his finger in my face, and I'm just like, sir, have you lost your mind, sir? What? So as he's doing this, and he's, oh, you're not supposed to have your headphones in, I can get in trouble for that. He just came at me crazy before I could even tell him, he was cool with it. He let me, he was cool with it. And this guy had, I believe he was from Spain or some shit like that. It was a black guy, big black guy. And yeah, he came up there, he came around the corner he was gonna really put hands on something. So, where I'm from, I told you, prior years, I told you, I've been shot at, I've been robbed, I've had somebody put me on my knees and put that thing in my head. So it's when people come at me like that, I'm instantly it's defense mode. I'm in defense mode. And my thinking at the time, because I'm so young, I'm away from the house, I got me. I'm the only person that got me out here. So if you think you finna talk to me crazy, that ain't even what this finna be. So he came around the corner, oh, you're not supposed to have your headphones in. Oh, I'm gonna write you up. You don't fucking listen. Blah 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 blah. And a lot of people can take that shit, but at the time, At the time, like I said, I'm in a different headspace. Like I'm not having none of that. So I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, who you talking to? Motherfucker, I'm talking to you. That's exactly what he said to me. You know what I'm saying? And I never told nobody this because I don't care. Like I'm not the type of person to like go and tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just not that type of person. So he's going in on me. Like he drilling me. Like I can't get a word out. Like I can't get a word out. He's drilling me. He don't want to hear what I got to say. He brings my immediate supervisor, and I could tell, like my immediate supervisor, like he kind of pissed. Like, man, I know you ain't got me up here. You know what I'm saying? I could tell he pissed, but it ain't really a big deal though. You know what I'm saying? The top dog he just making it a big deal. So he puts his finger in my face, and I let it slide the first time. But the second time he did it, I slapped his hand. Like, bitch ass, woo, woo, woo. If you put your hand in my face again, I'm gonna knock you out. Like, I'm gonna punch you in your shit. What did you say to me? Are you threatening me? I'm like, nah, I ain't threatening you. I'm telling you, like, if you put your hands in my face again, I'm gonna slap fire off your ass. So, him being where he's from and me being where I'm from, it was finna go there. So he noticed it was finna go there. He jetted off. Shift ended. I did what I had to do. Shift ended. I ain't hear no more about it. I'm thinking, okay, we just had an altercation. It's over with. Next day, I get called to the office. I got a write up. Now, previously, I had already had a write up for some other shit, like some little, minute, little small infractions. But your small infractions, when they continue to build up over time, it compounds. It makes it look like you're just a trouble employee when it really ain't the case. Like I wasn't never late to work, but if your uniform isn't super crispy white, you get a write up. Or if you miss a fire drill, or if you're 2 minutes late to a fire drill, you get a write up. Like, little shit like that. And I forgot exactly what it was, but it was like I had like little bitty write ups, like about little bitty stuff. And that was my third one. And it's like, 3 strikes, you out of there. You feel me? So he calls me to the office the next day, and he's like, sign this. I'm like, what I'm signing? He's like, it's a write-up. You got captain's court on Monday. It was like a Friday when this happened. He's like, you got captain's court Monday. And captain's court was like going to actual fucking court. I swear to God. And this is all on a cruise ship. Like, y'all have seen, I've been ported videos and stuff. Like, I was really on an actual cruise ship, but they got this thing called captain's court, where if you continue to get in trouble over and over and over, like, you gotta go see the cap, gang. You gotta go see the cap and all the head guys, and then they make a decision on whether they fire you or whatever. So he's like, sign this, you gotta write up, you got captain's court Monday. And at the time, I'm in a bad mental space. Like, I like the job, but I feel like I ain't really making no money. I don't really know what I want to do with my life. I'm only out here because I failed the military test 7 times. Like, I don't know if y'all have heard in my previous videos, but I failed the military test 7 times. It was very depressing, and I was only out there because I had failed it so many times, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, man, like, I get fired, like, I'm going back to the A, I'm going back in that same environment with no plan. Like 2 days prior, I had met some apprentices that was in the SIU apprenticeship, and they was telling me, like, you could do the same thing you're doing here, but you can do it elsewhere and make way more money, bro, and you can travel the world doing it. And I called her, and I was crying, and I said, Mama, can you please just sign me up for this program? Sign me up for this program, Mama. Like, I know they gonna fire me. Just, can you sign me up? I'm gonna write my letter. Can you just get the application rolling? And she's like, okay, we'll calm down. Everything gonna be all right. Y'all know how mamas is. Mamas ain't nothing a big deal to mamas, but it was a very big deal to me because, like I said, it was one of the first jobs I had, first real jobs. I was getting paid over $1,000. I had never had a job. Well, I did have a job where I was getting paid over $1,000, but I was getting it a lot, and I had a little money stacked up in the bank. I had saved my first 20 bands, and I thought I was hot shit. So I'm like, damn, like, how I lose this, So I signed the paper, and he's saying a little smart shit, and I had another supervisor at the time, and I loved everybody else. I loved everybody that I work with, you know, and I love the experience. Like I tell people all the time, like, ain't nothing wrong with working on a cruise ship. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Like, a lot of people downplay it and they talk bad about it and talk about how the work is so hard and you work so much. But man, if you're a worker, you're a worker, man. That's just what it is. Like, if you're okay with working, you're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? It's an experience, and it got me in the door of shipping and stuff like that. So, can't let my food get cold, guy. Sweet and sour chicken head, guy. Also, hold on, y'all. It's 7 o'clock. I'm recording this video at 7 o'clock, so if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and like the video. But yeah, so back to the story. I signed this paper, and I'm contemplating throughout the weekend, like, damn, do I really want to just waste my time and go to captain court? Like, I know they gonna fire me. Like, I know how this shit go. You get 3 strikes, you're done, gang. Like, you're not that many people get 3 strikes and they give them one more. I'm gonna give one more chance. It ain't too many. And then plus I had kind of like physically fucking touched him, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, that gave them every reason to fire me. Like, they didn't need me. Like, they got new crew members every Saturday. They didn't need me. So I'm thinking about it throughout the weekend. I called my mama, like I said. I had her apply for the program. I wrote up my application letter because in the SIU apprenticeship, like, application process, you have to write a letter stating why do you want to be in SIU. So I wrote it up, and it was very heartfelt and stuff like that, and they accepted me. Monday came around, and I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my time or their time and go to captain's court. I know y'all gonna fire me. Y'all know y'all gonna fire me. Why did y'all make me wait the weekend? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pack up my stuff, and I'm gonna go home. And I cried. Gang. I did cry. I cried on the way home. I cried more when I got home because I just felt like I was doing good and I let myself down because it was 100% my fault, you know. And you have to learn how to have self-control, gang. Like, you gotta know how to walk away from situations and just be the bigger person. And that's what I do now. Like, don't nothing get to me. Unless you physically put your hands on me, don't nothing get to me, like, at all. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you can talk about my mama. I don't care. Like, because I'm not going to fumble the bag. Let's put it like that. I'm not fumbling the bag, nor am I going to let anybody trick me out of the position that I have placed myself into and that God has blessed me and allowed me to, you know. God has blessed me allowed me to get this far. Like, I'm not just throwing it away. Yeah, that's basically what happened. I got home. Like I said, I had got accepted into the program, and I actually, instead of going to my mom's, I actually lived with my grandmother for 6 months, and I was just helping her out. All that money that I had saved, I paid my grandmother's bills. I was staying in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I was paying her bills for quite some time, and I was hitting up people that worked on tugboats and worked offshore, and nobody was really trying to put me on. So I moved back to Atlanta, and I changed the whole way I was moving, you know. Stop hanging with the people I was hanging with. I became a homebody. I kind of became an introvert, and I kind of just honed in on the YouTube thing. At this time, I was doing like pranks and all that type stuff and skits, and I private all that stuff on my page. I don't need to see that, but yeah. And that's what happened. I went home. I got a job. I ended up meeting my then girlfriend, now wife, and a few months later, I went into the SIU program, and it changed my life forever. It changed the whole trajectory of my life. And like I said, like, you never know, like, God's plan. So, like, when stuff goes wrong or when stuff doesn't go your way, like, just think, like, better is coming. Like, you just gotta stay focused, and sometimes you have to change as a person. You gotta be able to look yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what, I need to do better. I need to grow up, you know. And I did a lot of self-reflecting, and I think that's what God wanted me to do. God wanted me to sit down because I was moving too fast, you know, and I felt like if I would have stayed out there any longer, I probably would have got somebody pregnant, you know. Like, I was was just wilding. I was just being young, you know, and just having a little bit too much fun. But thank God I got out of there. You know, didn't catch nothing and didn't have no babies. So yeah, but that's how I pretty much lost my first cruise ship job. If you made it this far into the video and y'all like these story times, drop it down in the comment section below. I'm about to finish this week's shower chicken. If y'all want to get into the merchant marine industry, down below in the description, I have an ebook in which you can purchase. It's about 20 bucks. It gives you the full step-by-step guide on how you need to go about it, whether you want to go the school route or the non-school route. And also make sure you go follow me on Instagram and TikTok. On my TikTok, I post very cinematic shots, and on my Instagram, you can keep up to date on the day-to-day life of, you know, what I got going on. So with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tapping in. Like I said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.